We finished 700 miles of the SoCal desert, the most epic warm-up for what was to come, what hikers have been talking about from day one, the High Sierra. But first, we took our well-deserved rest at Kennedy Meadows, seeing old friends and meeting new ones, and refreshing our muscles and our gear. Out with the old and with the new. First time in the new tent.
Here we go.
In she goes.
And I go.
Woo! How does it feel in there?
Extra spacious.
It looks really cozy.
Yeah, I'm excited.
Ooh, yeah, first lay down. Ooh.
People like alive.
Our bodies were ready, but were our minds? And there was only one way to find out, and I was so excited. Keep in mind that trying to do the cool thing that your friend does might result in head injury by bear can. Be careful. The contrast between desert and Sierra was stark. We had more water sources than we knew what to do with. Water was flowing around every corner. Silent nights were replaced with the perfect lull of rushing water, and each night I slept deeper as my worries for the next day were carried away in the sounds of the current. It is day 2 of being in the Sierra, living the dream. We've decided we want to do lower mile days and take a little bit longer, spend as much time here as we can. And we brought enough food to do that. I couldn't believe I was really here. I felt like I was on a different world. How could the space that I was in share the same air that I exist in back home? It seemed impossible. It was too beautiful. And maybe some of the beauty came from the sense of earning it, the burn in my thighs, the mosquitoes sucking my blood, the strain on my lungs, a new feeling that came with the altitude, and the weight of my newly added bear can. But every day I sat with the gratitude and the privilege that it was to live my life in this way, to take a break from it all, to just live simply.
Tent, close quote.
Organized. How special was it for my entertainment to not come from scrolling social media anymore, but instead from seeing one more furry marmot than I had the day before. It's okay. And when I got to Summit Whitney, can't see anything. Mount Whitney is the highest mountain in the contiguous United States, with an elevation of 14,505 feet. It's not technically part of the PCT, but it's just a side trip we could not pass up. VIP is going on an off-roading adventure up to the top of this hill, because why not? You can do anything in jorts. The Forester Pass! Woo! And we camped way past that lake down there. And then we're going somewhere up there, Kearsarge Pass, and we're going to town! Ah! After 9 days of rationing food, freezing mornings and summits, thin air, and slower miles, we were so ready to go into town to see what awaited us in Bishop, California. This ended up being one of my favorite little trail towns, and it was so hard to say goodbye as we hopped in our hitch and headed back to the mountains.
Here, let me do an ice axe photo because Benny can't.
What do you mean, because I can't? This looks really sketchy. I was the most alive I had ever been, and simultaneously I was so aware of my mortality. The Sierra isn't a safe playground with cushy wood chips to catch me when I fall. Every step had intention. I was so focused, never letting my mind rest as I walked. What ifs plagued my mind. Do I just have a headache, or is the altitude affecting me? Do I need to turn around? But I can't turn around, I don't have enough food. Will I slip off this log as I cross this river? Is the current too swift for me to walk through it? Will we hit the pass at just the right time for the snow to be icy enough for my spikes to grip into, but not so icy that I slip? And if I fall, will I actually be able to self-arrest with my ice axe? I would never feel entirely secure hiking in the snow, especially when the consequences of a slip could so often be fatal. I just wanted to rest, but how could I complain when I was in such a magical place where every lunch spot competed with the one I sat in the day before, and when every day's challenge filled me with more courage and strength and badassery. But eventually, what looked like endless stretches of mountain gave way to flat green meadow, and the 600 miles of Northern California were finally upon us. Tuolumne. I am lying on the floor in Yosemite somewhere. I have no shame anymore, but this floor feels so good. Yosemite offered us the perfect backdrop to rest and reset and prepare us for the journey that was to come.